Hey everybody, we're going to be starting on 2 yellow springs, and then we're going to kick to the back, and we're going to start with a lat pushdown. Your knees are going to be against the strap, legs and knees together. Palms are your wrists on top of the handlebars, meeting me flat like the floor. Your chest is above your thighs, and your butt is above your heels. Starting with an exhale, we're going to be pushing through your palms in 3, 2, exhale as you press through your palms. Lifting the chin and the chest, coming up and forward as high as you can go. And then breathe in as you lower down, hinging from the shoulders, going to the starting position. I like to keep my fingers open like a starfish, and I press down my wrist as I exhale, coming up and forward as high as I'm able to go. We're working the triceps, the lats, and the core in this exercise. Breathe in, down, exhale, up. If you want to make this harder, you can move your knees away from the strap, and this is going to increase the tension to make you feel it a little bit more if you want that challenge. We got holds and pulses coming up next. What we're going to be doing in 12 seconds is we're going to come up halfway and hold. You have 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, halfway up and hold. Breathe in, down 2, exhale, up 2. Breathe in, down, exhale, up. We're not here for very much longer. We got full range coming up next. We have 12 seconds before we come up through an exhale. Breathing into exhale in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, exhale as you come all the way up and forward first, and then breathe in as you go back to full range. We're getting ready for a lat pull in a bird dog position with a hamstring curl. What we're going to be doing shortly is your left hand will grab the pillar or the riser that's vertical on the left side. You have 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and done. I want you to grab the long pole with your left hand. Your hands and knees are wide apart onto the carriage. I want you to lift up that right leg first. And then what we're going to do is pull in 3, 2, exhale as you pull forward, hamstring curl at the same time. We breathe in as we lengthen the legs, lengthening the arms. And then we exhale as we pull and hamstring curl. You want 60% into the left knee, and you want 40% into the right wrist. And don't forget to engage your core. I bet you if you engage the core in this exercise, that you're going to feel a little bit of weight get out of the right wrist. Breathe in, elongate limbs. Exhale, pull. Make sure that you're keeping your hips squared and not sagging the hip more to the left side. We have pulses coming up next. We're going to be pulling forward halfway. Leg is bent in 5, 4, 3, 2. Halfway in and hold. Inhale out. Exhale in. 2 inches at a time. Breathe through this. Good. Almost through this. We have 12 seconds before we go back to full range. 7 seconds. Making that change in 4, 3, 2. Lengthen the arms, lengthen the legs, and then back to full range. We got the same exercise coming up next with the right arm. We're going to be grabbing the long pillar with our right arm, down to the right knee, lifting up the left leg. Almost through this. 8 seconds. Making that change in 3, 2, and set down your right knee. Right hand holds the bar. Move over to the right side. Lifting up the left leg. We're going to be pulling in 3, 2, and here we go. Exhale as you pull forward. Hamstring curl. Inhale, lengthen arms. lengthen legs. Remember, 60% of weight into the right knee, 40% into the left wrist, making sure that you have a soft bend in the left elbow to make sure that the wrist doesn't take on too much weight, and then the tricep is the one that's working. In my right arm, I'm thinking less about my grip and my fingers, and I'm trying to pull forward with my lats and my back. It should feel slower. It should feel a little bit more challenging. Breathe in, release. Exhale, forward. As I work out, I'm thinking about when instructors say, you can do anything for 10 seconds. And what I think about is all the things I don't and can't do for 10 seconds. Holding forward halfway in 3, 2, halfway forward, hold that hamstring curl, pulse, back, 2, forward, 2. We're at our midway point pulsing, but if you need to make it lighter, you can lengthen your arms 95% so that you do not lock your elbows, and that way it's going to make it a little bit lighter. We have a little bit more to go. You got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lengthen your arms and your leg, and then back to full range. We have a sword draw or sword pull coming up next. What we're going to do is we're going to face left, stay on those 2 yellow springs, and we're going to take the short hard handle and hold it with the left hand. You have 8 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and done. We're going to pick up the long strap, but we're going to hold it by the short hard handle with our left hand. Right hand will go behind your back. Exhale as you draw the elbow out to the side and then pull the sword out of your right pocket. You breathe in as the elbows bend, hands to your armpit. Breathe in as the arm goes down to the right pocket. Exhale as you elbow to the left, and then knuckles pull the cable out towards the left. Now, if you want to make this more challenging, you can move to the left away from the strap or from where the origination of the spring, where the strap is. And if you want to make it lighter, you can move all the way to the right, or you can sit down on your heels, and this will make it a little bit lighter because you're closer to the ground. Breathe in as you release. Exhale as you pull. We're getting ready for your triceps coming up next. What we're going to do in 9 seconds is draw the sword and then hold. In 3, 2, draw the sword out and hold. Belly button to spine. Slowly bend the elbows, hands to your armpit, and exhale as you pull. We're only working the tricep in this position. If you need to modify, you can sit down on your heels or use the long strap, which will make it lighter. We have to listen to our shoulders because not everybody's shoulders are the same. We're here for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Breathe in as your hand goes back to the right pocket, and then exhale as you draw the sword left and then extend your arms out long. We have scrambled eggs coming up next. What we're going to do is take the long strap and place it through our left foot up to our heels, and then separate our hands and our knees shoulder width apart to have a wider stance. 5, 4, 3, 2, and done. Turning to face the back platform, left hand holds the rope, pull the rope in. Your knees and your hands are wide apart. I want you to lift up the left knee, kick back like a horse, breathe in as your arms go down to the side, and then exhale as you sweep your leg 95% up. You don't want to go too high, because if you do, what's going to happen is your back will overarch, hyperextend, and you might not be able to control your right hip. My left shoulder's bugging me. Breathe in as you go down. Exhale as you sweep. Now, if you need a little bit of a cheat code in this position, the left hand is pressing down into the carriage and the right fingers are pulling up underneath that carriage. That's going to give you leverage because when the leg goes up, you might start to sag your hip to the side, but holding it upwards is going to help you out a lot. We have those pulses or leg circles coming up next. What we're going to do in 10 seconds is we're going to lift the leg up and make circles. You have 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, leg goes up, making circles, going out, down, and in. Breathe in, out, down, and in towards the body. I always thought this was a leg exercise, and it kind of is, but it's obliques first. You have 10 seconds before you go back to your scrambled eggs. Making that change in 3, 2, breathe in as you go down to the side, and then exhale as you sweep it back up. We got a side kneeling crunch coming up next at the back, giant reverse. We're going to go to 1 yellow spring coming up next. 10 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, drop the strap to the floor. 1 yellow spring. And then what we're going to do is kick to the back. Your knees are going to be against the strap of the carriage, elbows in front of the platform strap, swinging our legs off to the left side, round, lift, and crunch. What we're doing is we're breathing in as the knees fall back, stopping at that tabletop position, and then exhale as you tuck the chin, lift the left side, crunching in with the left. Slow as you can. We're keeping the shoulders stacked above the elbows. If you want it a little bit harder, you can let the shoulders fall back behind the elbows, and that will increase the challenge and the difficulty. If you need a break in this position, you can go forward and hold your crunch with your knees all the way forward. We're almost there for your holds and your pulses. Good. We want to avoid using the knees to swing the carriage in or pull the carriage because you're going to feel it in your hip flexor. You have 7 seconds before you round up into a crunch. In 4, 3, 2, round up into a crunch and hold. Breathe through this. We're going to be pulsing in 5, 4, 3, 2, out, 2, into. Remember, we have to keep the belly button in towards the spine. What you'll see if someone is not doing that is their lower back on the left side will concave inwards like this, but they got to keep that core tight. We're holding in 4, 3, 2, round up, hold that crunch. Not here for much longer. Releasing in 4, 3, 2, crunch forward. Let the carriage take you home. We're going to go to that second yellow spring again and face the other direction using the other strap. We're going to hold it by the short, hard handle, left hand behind your back. Exhale as you pull the cable out with your elbow. Draw the sword out on an exhale. Breathe in as the elbows bend. Hands go to armpit, putting the hand back into the left pocket. And then exhale as you pull out with the right elbow. Exhale as you draw the sword. Remember, moving forward to the front platform away from the origination of the spring or the cable will make it a little bit lighter or heavier. And then moving towards the cables, towards the back platform, will make it lighter. I like my left arm or my hand behind my back because it'll pull the shoulder blades back to correct that hunchback that we get on our phones, at our desks, especially if we sleep on one side. We're going to get into those triceps coming up next. In 9 seconds, we're going to draw the sword and hold, making that change. In 3, 2, pull the sword out and hold, belly button to spine, bend your elbows slowly, hands to shoulders. Exhale, knuckles pull out towards the right. If this becomes too difficult or if it's straining your shoulder, remember, sit down on your heel. Make it lighter by going down closer to the floor. We're not here for much longer. You have 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, exhale as you draw the sword, and then breathe in as you go back to full range. We have that scrambled egg coming up next. What we're going to do is take that long strap, put it through the right foot, and then get into all fours for that scrambled eggs. 8 seconds. Making that change in 4, 3, 2, and done. We're going to go ahead and kneel on the carriage and put that long strap through your foot. Once it's through your foot, knees and hands wide apart. We're going to go ahead and lift up the right knee, kick back like a horse. And then when you're ready, we're going to breathe in as the legs go down and out to the side. Exhaling as we sweep the leg up till we're tabletop. Remember, the left hip wants to go out to the left every time you sweep your leg upwards, but you got to control the hip. Remember, the cheat code is whatever leg is sweeping, that hand is pressing down with a soft bend in the elbow, and the left fingertips are either pulling up underneath that platform or underneath the carriage. You can have hands on hips, left arm out like a wing, whatever you prefer, or both hands down. But most of the weight is into the right hand and the left knee. We have a little bit more to go before we get into your leg circles. You have 10 seconds. Right leg will go back in 6. Making that change in 3, 2, sweep the right leg up and hold. Make circles going out, down, and in towards the body. It's hard to do this with a watch. Here we go, halfway through. Ooh, that left shoulder's burning. All right, here we go. 7 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, legs go down to the side, and then exhale. Sweeping that leg. We're getting ready for your side kneeling crunch coming up next. You have 10 seconds before we drop the cable to the floor. 1 yellow spring, kicking to the back, side kneeling crunch in 4, 3, 2, drop the cable. 1 yellow spring, kick to the back, knees against the strap of the carriage, elbows in front of the platform strap, swinging our legs off the right side, round, lift, and crunch. Making sure that the shoulders are stacked above the elbow or back a little bit further as a challenge. We're not pulling the carriage in with our knees or our hip flexor. We're lifting from the right oblique, rounding the spine, tucking the chin. Breathing in as we release, but only the tabletop, so that back stays flat and that back doesn't arch. Halfway through. Sometimes I black out and I don't hear what the instructor's saying, so I totally get where you're all coming from. Here we go. Almost there. We got those pulses and holds coming up next. In 9 seconds, we're going to round up and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, round, lift and crunch and hold. 7 seconds before we release. In 4, 3, 2, back 2, forward 2, back 2, forward 2. Remember, it's not our knees, it's all about lifting and rounding. 9 seconds before we finish. Taking a ride home in 5, 4, 3, 2, crunch forward, sit on your heels and take a ride home. We're going to turn around to grab the handlebars for safety to stand up and face the back platform. If you need help, bring that stabilization bar forward past line number 6 or the middle. Your right leg will go onto the carriage. Your left toe will stay behind you on that platform. And then you're going to meet me low and hold. We're going to start by bending your knees in 3, 2, bend the left knee slowly to slide the carriage back in a lunge position. I like to breathe in as I lengthen my leg forward and I exhale as I focus on bending the left knee to go back. We're starting with a variation, and then we're going to go into a combo, adding in this moonwalker with your escalator lunge. In 7 seconds, we're going to lengthen the legs to come up and in 3, 2, lengthen the leg, and then exhale as you press down through your heel to slowly come up on an exhale. Breathe in as you slowly go down into that escalator lunge. And then once you're there, bend the left knee to slide the carriage back. And then straighten the left leg to slide the carriage forward. Then come up and in for your combo. Everything that we do today will start with a variation. Then we'll go into a combo and finish with another variation. We're getting ready for your split squat pulse coming up next. What we're going to do is meet knee low. Both knees will be bent in a 90-degree angle, and then we're going to pulse with the left knee down and the right heel up. You have 10 seconds, meeting knee low, both knees bent in 5, 4, 3, 2, hold. Hands on hips, hinge forward, down with left knee, up with right heel. Breathe in down, exhale up. We got a single leg squat coming up next. What we're going to do is step back for safety, turn to the right, right foot all the way forward, left toe diagonally back behind you. You have 8 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, step back and in, turn to face the other wall. Your right foot is all the way forward, your left foot is on the ring of fire or number 2. I want you to meet knee low and hold. Now bend the left knee to slowly bring the carriage in, and then lengthen the leg to slowly send the carriage out. I usually go full range, variation, full range, but I wanted to switch it up today so that we don't plateau, and we start with variations and isometric holds. In 10 seconds, we're going to rise, and every time we go down, we're going to add in this skater. 5, 4, 3, 2, lengthen the leg out. Exhale as you come up through your single leg squat. Breathe in as you go down. And then exhale as you bend the right knee to slide in. Slowly push the carriage out. And then exhale as you come up and in. Now, what I look for when I'm correcting in class is I'm making sure that your knee stays stacked above your ankle or close to it. Then after I check if that's okay, then what I'll do is I'll go around and check your left butt or hip to make sure that it's not going out with your leg as you come down into that squat. We're getting ready to get into your hold, pulse, hold. What we're going to do in a little bit is meet knee low and hold. We have 9 seconds. 6. Making that change in 3, 2, meet knee low and hold. We have 7 seconds before we pulse. In 4, 3, 2, up 2, down 2. Almost through this. We got a hold coming up next. Fingers on bars if you need to. You got 8 seconds before we hold. 4, 3, 2, and hold. 9 seconds. We come up. We got an elevator lunge in 5, 4, 3, 2. Exhale as you come up. Turn to face the front platform. Your right foot stays on the front platform. Your left toe stays behind you on the carriage. Meet knee low and hold. Now bend the left knee slowly forward. And then lengthen the left leg slowly out. What we're doing is we're holding that elevator lunge as we back kick, bending the back knee to bring it forward on an exhale, and then inhaling as you lengthen your leg to go back. You got 10 seconds before you exhale on the way up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, lengthen the leg. Exhale as you slowly come up. And then breathe in as you go down into your lunge. And then exhale as you bend the knee forward. Inhale, lengthen your leg. And then exhale as you come up slow. It might not feel or seem like very much, but every time we transfer into the next exercise, what's happening is you're holding right after you've already worked out that target leg. And as you're holding, you're still working out because the other leg is performing a skater or a back kick or moonwalker. We're almost to the last part of this exercise. We have a hold, a pulse, and a hold coming up next. In 10 seconds, you're going to meet me low in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, lengthen the leg, hold. You have 8 seconds before you pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, up, 2, down, 2. 9 seconds. We're going to hold in 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. We got squats coming up next. You got 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Exhale as you come up. Shake off your leg, and then we're going to face the wall again. Both your feet are on the platform in the carriage, shoulder width apart. Meet me low into a squat. Now skate out and bring it in. All that weight is in that right leg as you skate. Breathe in as your leg extends. Exhale as you bend your knee to bring it back. Whew. 9 seconds. We go into squats. 5, 4, 3, 2. Exhale as you come up through your squat. Breathe in as you go down. And skate. It's pretty challenging to teach, talk, and work out at the same time. You know that you're in a really good heart rate and that you're really working hard if you can only utter a couple of words out of your mouth before you need to take a breath in. Now, if you use these Apple Watches, don't set it on Pilates. In my opinion, I think that when we use the Pilates setting for when we work out, it's using classical Pilates rather than Lagree. So I think you'll get a little bit more of an accurate reading if you use HIIT. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold. You have 8 seconds before you pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, up, 2, down, 2. Almost through this. Oh, it's burning. 8 seconds. We're going to hold in 5, 4, 3, 2, hold. You got 9 seconds before we rise. 5, 4, 3, 2, done. All right, right leg is done. We got other leg. We're going to grab that stabilization bar. We're going to move it over to the other side. Your left foot's going to be on your carriage. Your right toe will stay behind you on that platform. You're going to meet me low into that escalator lunge and bend the back knee slowly to bring the carriage in, and then lengthen the leg to slowly send the carriage out. Now, I like to work with my weaker leg first, so that way when I get into the second leg, even though I'm a little bit tired, I have a little bit more energy. So a good thing that I tell my clients is come up to me, tell me what your target leg is, which one is stronger, which one is not so strong, and then I'll go into that for you with the other leg. Now we're going to come up slow as you can. And then every time we go down in that escalator lunge, we're going to go ahead and bend that back knee. I like to exhale as I bend the knee because it's a little bit more challenging and harder to bend the knee slowly. And it's a little bit easier to lengthen the leg to go forward, which is why I inhale forward. And that way we can use that exhale to come up, pressing through your heels until you come up 95%. A lot of times people like to look down. I even do that sometimes, but we got to remember chin up, looking forward. We're getting ready for our split squat pulse coming up next. We're going to be meeting me low. Both knees are going to be bent in 10 seconds. In 5, 4, 3, 2, both knees bent, hands on hips, hinge forward, right knee down, left heel up. We got that single leg squat with that skater coming up shortly. We're going to be stepping back for safety and then turning to the left. You have 8 seconds. 6, 4, 3, 2, step back for safety. Take a moment to shake off your legs, turning to the left. Left foot is all the way forward. Right toe is diagonally onto that ring of fire. Meet me low and hold. Bend that right knee in slow as you can. And then push the carriage out, lengthening the leg. Anytime you need support, use those fingers on the bars. You can also have this stabilization bar in front of you and you can hold it up top. We have 9 seconds before we rise. Making that change in 3, 2, lengthen the leg. Exhale as you come up through your single leg squat. And then breathe in as you go down. Exhale as you bend. Inhale as you go out. And then exhale as you go up. When I tell you every day is not the same, totally. Sometimes we have all these different stressors in our life. Sometimes we can't sleep very well. Sometimes we're just tired. And speaking of the day, I think we're in retrograde right now. So that could also play a part into things. We're not here for much longer. We have holds, pulses, and holds coming up next. Ooh. Oh boy. In 8 seconds, you're going to meet me low in 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold that single leg squat. You have 7 seconds before we pulse. In 4, 3, 2, up 2, down 2. Oh, I'm burning a lot more today. You got 7 seconds before we hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold. You got 8 seconds before we rise. 5, 4, 3, 2, exhale up. Oh, shake off that leg. Now we turn forward into an elevator lunge. Your left foot will be onto the platform. Your right toe will go behind you. And then you'll meet me low and hold. Starting with an exhale, bend that left knee forward. And then lengthen that right leg back. We have 10 seconds before we come up. 6. Making that change in 3, 2, exhale as you come up through your elevator lunge. Breathe in as you go down. And then you want to exhale as you bend that right knee underneath the hip. Inhale as you lengthen the right leg out. And then exhale as you come up and forward. A little hard for me to talk as I work out with you today. Oh, shoot. Almost there. We got those hold pulses and holds coming up next. 7 seconds, meeting me low in 5, 4, 3, 2, meet me low and hold. We got pulses coming up next. 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, up, 2, down, 2. Almost through this. You have 10 seconds before you hold. Making that change in 3, 2, hold. 9 seconds before we come up. We got one more left, and that's a squat. 5, 4, 3, 2, exhale, come up. Step forward, shake off your legs, smack it out. Squats, one on the platform, one on the carriage. Shoulder width apart. Meet me low. Skate out slow as you can. Exhale, bringing it back. Fingers on bars if you need it. Here we go. You have 10 seconds. Coming up through that squat in 3, 2, up, slow as you can. Breathe in as you squat. Skate before you come up. Almost through this. Make sure the knees are going towards the third or the fourth toe next to the pinky. We don't want the knees to collapse inwards like this. Oh boy. Here we go. Skate. Bring the skate back. Then exhale. Okay, here we go. Last part. 9 seconds. We're going to meet me low, and we're going to hold that squat. 5, 4, 3, 2, meet me low and hold. We have 6 seconds before we pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, up, 2, down, 2. Fingers on bars if you need it. Last part. Lower back hurting. 9 seconds. We got a 10-second hold in 6. Making that change in 3, 2, and hold. Last 10 seconds here. 8 seconds before we rise. 6. Making that change in 3, 2. Exhale as you come up. Step onto your platform. We got a reverse saw. What we're going to do is we're going to go down to your knees onto the front platform. Down to your forearms onto the carriage. I prefer my palms down. You can have them up. Slightly lift your hip. Belly button to spine. Breathe in as your arms elongate forward. Exhale as they slowly bend to bring it in. All right, here we go. Now, if you want to make this harder, you can go up to your toes and fly. You want to stop your elbows right underneath your shoulder. As a challenge, as your arms go out, you can lift one leg up, but don't hyperextend your back. And then bring it down as you bring your elbows in, alternating one foot at a time, lifting up one leg as your arms push the carriage out. Exhaling as you bend the elbow to slide the carriage in. You have 7 seconds. Out 2 inches to hold. In 3, 2, out 2 inches and hold. Lightly lift the hip, belly button to spine. Pulse out, in, out, in. We're almost through this. You have 10 seconds before we go back to full range. Making that change in 3, 2, bend the elbow to bring it back. Exhale as you go forward. We have a bear reverse coming up next. What we're going to do is crunch in, up to your hands, up to your toes. Legs and feet together will be standard and harder. Legs apart will be a little bit easier. 7 seconds. Making that change in 3, 2, crunch inwards, up to your hands on 2 and 4, up to your legs, feet and legs together, holding a push-up. Soft bend in your elbow. Exhale as you bend your knee to slide the carriage back, stopping your knees underneath your hips, and then lengthening the legs forward. If you need to modify, bring your feet apart. It'll give you a wider stance and make this a little bit easier. You can also add a second yellow spring if you need to. Already way more than halfway through, we got those pulses or those knee dips coming up next. Lower back's irritating me today. 6 seconds. Knees under hips in 4, 3, 2. Knees under hips. Dip your knee down. Lift your knee up. Inhale down. Exhale up. We're not here for much longer. You have 9 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Lengthen the legs to go forward. Exhale. Bend your knee. We got giant reverse. Kneeling crunch coming up next. What we're going to do is get on your carriage. Kick to the back on your non-dominant leg. Knees against carriage strap. Elbows against platform strap. Palms facing up. Almost through this. 10 seconds. 6. Making that change in 3, 2. Kneel in the carriage. Kick to the back. Knees against the strap. Elbows against the platform strap. Palms up. Dropping our knees back into a plank position. I want you to tuck the chin. Lift the belly button. Round the spine. Crunching in with your abs. And then breathe in as your knees go back. And stop when your back is in a tabletop. Anytime that you need a break, you can hold your knees all the way forward. Take a break and then get back into it when you're ready. This is the last exercise, depending if you have a 45-minute class or 50-minute class. You can add in a catfish at the end, so that way you're going up to the handlebars, up to your toes. We got pulses coming up next. 10 seconds before you round, lift, and crunch. Making that change in 3, 2, round up and hold your crunch. Lift your belly button higher. Round the spine even further. Pulsing in 3, 2, back 2, lift up and into as the knees go forward. 10 seconds left. Breathing in as the knees go back in 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale as the knees go back. Exhale as you lift, round, and crunch. Almost through this. 9 seconds. Making that change in 3, 2. If you got extra time in a 45 or 50-minute class, you can crunch forward, grab the handlebars, stand up, Your feet and legs are together. Holding closer to the end or edge will be easier. Holding more forward will be harder. Up to your toes, back in a tabletop position, soft bend in your elbow. Breathe in as the legs go back. Exhale as you squeeze your abs. Pull with your knees second, then with your toes third. The closer that you move your hands towards the back platform, the harder it gets because you're further away and you have more of tension pulling against you. If you move your arms to the edge right here, it makes it a little bit lighter because you're closer to the front. What we want to avoid is keeping our shoulders way past our wrists, so we want to keep it stacked. And we don't want to let our legs go back to where we drop down our hips. We want to stay in a tabletop position the entire time, exhaling forward, and then breathing in as you go back. We have holds and pulses coming up next. What we're going to do in 10 seconds is let our feet go back 2 inches and hold. Making that change in 4, 3, 2, back 2 inches, hold. Lightly lift your hip, forward 2, back 2. Exhale, inhale. We're not here for much longer. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, exhale as you go forward, and then back to full range. 9 seconds left. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and done.